Hey everybody, it's Katie. This is probably my last update before my surgery. Today, well, I guess it's now officially Thursday. It's 1:20 in the morning. I'm up just tying up some loose ends. And I just had a couple things I just wanted to throw out there. Um, there are a couple things that are really hard on me right now. I know they're necessity, but I am sad that I have to take off my wedding rings. You know, my engagement ring and my wedding ring. There are a couple reasons why. Obviously, the first one because they're my wedding rings. You know, that they're the thing that my one true personal possession that is actually mine that means the most to me. You know, it shows the devotion and the love that I have for my husband and the commitment that we made to each other. And we've been married for 5 years now, 5.5 years. Um, and it's been crazy. It's been so crazy. But through this whole entire process of, going through with this surgery, I have had the utmost support from my husband. He works so hard and he provides for us. I mean, I work too, but his job is extremely physically intense. And he comes home tired, and yet he still has helped me get this house together because he knows that if I don't get it together, I will be crazy the entire time that I'm sitting here recovering. Um, there's a story behind my. I've had 3 engagement rings now, all from my husband, but I want to explain it. The first one was the first one that Alan gave me, and I loved it. I helped pick it out months before he actually gave it to me, but it was a great ring, and I had lost a diamond in it once before, and we had it shipped back, and they gave me a new one. Well, the night before my wedding at our rehearsal dinner, I was so tired, and I went like this, and my hand got stuck in my hair. Like, I was like pulling on it. It was much longer then. And I knew exactly what had happened. And I looked down, and granted, it was a small diamond. Like, there were several diamonds on the ring. And one of them was gone, and it looked like the Grand Canyon was sitting on my finger. I couldn't believe it. And all I remember is my head hitting the table. And I ran off to the bathroom crying. And my brother went and got the money back for the ring that night and then went to a certain jewelry store. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention names on here, but it rhymes with Maze. It starts with a K. Every kiss begins with it. Um, went he went in there and he actually got a woman who anytime I go in to get any jewelry there, she's the girl that waits on me because she knows my style. So he went and had this ring here. I don't know if you can see it. He had this ring sized and ready, has a real high setting, sized and ready by 2 o'clock the next day, and my wedding was at 2:30. So I had an engagement ring thanks to my brother on my wedding day. You want the whole thing there. And then there's obviously my actual wedding band. I prefer a much more simple wedding band, solid, to show the eternity of the ring. So there's my wedding ring. And then my new engagement ring is this one here. My husband wanted to get me one that was actually from him, picked out by him. So that's my actual ring. So, these rings mean a lot to me. They show the devotion that my husband has for me, and, I don't want to take them off. But I know that if my hands swell up or something and they need to do something, they're going to have to cut them off. And I'd rather them be all in one piece than in pieces. So, that's that. Nextly, I have been working my butt off. I painted my entire bedroom and furniture. We have mismatched Chester doors, like his and hers. One came from my house, the other came from his. And I wanted them to match, so I antiqued them. I painted them ivory and then antiqued them. So now they all look the same. And I did that to our cheesy, like, Renner's brass headboard. And it all looks the same now. And I got curtains, so now my room is a sanctuary. So I'll have a nice place to heal when I'm resting, when I'm not up walking. I'm very, very, very scared. I mean, I know that this is going to help me so much. I know that it's what I've needed for so long, and that, I've seen the work of God in my life this entire process. So to know that and to see that, I shouldn't be worried at all, but I think it's just instinct. And the doctor told me that if he met someone that wasn't nervous, he wouldn't do the surgery, because that's not very normal. I want my life back. I want to be able to run and play with my baby and my husband and, just have a future with my family. It's just a little nerve-wracking. So, being the morbid person that I am, I have written letters. I don't know if any of you have done that, or did that prior to your surgery, but just to a few key people, I wrote letters telling them how I felt. And, if something were to happen to me, I would want my baby to see my handwriting and know that that was my thoughts that came forth on how I felt about him and how much I loved him. I want him to see that I was a loving mother. I know that's so sick to think about, but I would just hate to think that he would have to wonder about that. I know that everyone would tell him, but I just want him to know. So I have these letters that I've written out. I got really pretty stationery. You know how hard it is to find stationery these days? It's got the blue on the back. People don't write letters anymore. I was pretty saddened by that. I'm an avid scrapbooker, and I do print most of my journaling rather than my handwriting because I don't really like my handwriting. But who doesn't write a letter anymore? Amelia is now accepting letters, so I think I'm going to write one to her too, just to thank her for the inspiration that she's shown, highs and lows, and crazy things that have popped up, like her Peterson's hernia or whatever that thing was called. I'm so exhausted just from all the stuff that I've been doing. But stuff has gotten done. I had my carpets cleaned today, so my house smells all nice and fresh, and the carpets are just amazingly clean. I don't think I'm going to replace them now for a while. Life is just falling into place so wonderfully. I'm on day 9 of the liquid diet. I have lost some weight. I can see it in my clothes. My pants have been falling off of my butt. I don't really see a whole lot of my face or anything like that, but there's just subtle things where it's like, maybe, my gut doesn't show as much through my shirt. I might do a full body just to show you guys what we're working with here. Because a lot of people say they don't think that I need this surgery, but we're not dealing with a petite thing here, you know. But my pants are just huge right now. I love that. I don't even know if you guys heard any of that. My time's up. Take care, guys. Pray for me.